Goonew was putting on for the DMV and getting cosigns from huge rappers. But then he was murdered in his own hood, and fans have no idea how deep the story really goes. Goonew went down in a brutal way, and what happened after he died is even crazier. Let's get right into it.
Corpse
Goonew
popped
had a
up
name
at
in the
nightclub.
streets way
I
before he
did
hopped
see
in the
that.
booth. He came up in Maryland and didn't have his dad around much, so Goonew ended up in the streets when he was just a kid. Back in the day, he wasn't getting into anything serious, but that all changed when Goonew was a teenager. There's not a lot of info about the cases he was catching back then, but Goonew started going in and out of jail all the time. At one point, he ended up getting locked down on house arrest and stayed out of trouble for a little bit, but then he went back to the streets and almost got killed on the same day. After Goonew was let off of house arrest in 2015, he went to a party to celebrate. Usually, he never went to parties without his crew with him, but that night, Goonew decided to go by himself.
What type
Goonew
of
was
shit?
just chilling in the backyard of the party, and
Bro.
then a shootout started out.
How is you beefing with niggas and then you go to a party by yourself? Like, and
No,
it's probably a house party,
Goonew
too.
wasn't even involved with the situation, but he got caught in the middle of it and ended up catching a bullet to the face.
So I went in the backyard. I ain't for all that shit. So I went in the backyard. I was back there counting my money and shit. And just counting my money, all the shots that started going off and shit. But mind you, it was dark. Just shots started going off.
I know it was for him. If you got it, it was meant for you. You know what I'm saying? If it happened to you, it was meant for you. You know, like that type shit. Like, bro, you talking about I was counting my money, bro, them niggas targeted you. Quit trying to play like, oh, I just got caught in the middle. I mean, I like that you ain't tell a snitch or nothing like that, but, man, they targeted you. Yeah, they targeted you.
They used to shoot my way. So, I got hit.
What a
Goonew passed
coincidence.
out when the bullet hit him, then he woke up a few minutes later, and some girls at the party were trying to take him to the hospital. Goonew was bleeding all over the place and had a bullet stuck in his face, but he still didn't want to go to the hospital.
I bet he didn't have that money no more. I guarantee.
Goonew's mom was a nurse, and he thought she could just stitch it up at home, so he told the girls to drop him off at his crib. Goonew's mom wasn't around when he got there, and he was just gonna wait for her to get back. But then Goonew's sister walked in and started screaming when she saw him bleeding from a bullet in the face. Goonew's sister rushed him to the hospital, and they had to do a few surgeries to get the bullet out of his face. Goonew was in the streets and wasn't even thinking about rapping, but he was still tight with some other DMV rappers like Big Flock. Big Flock was one of the hottest underground rappers in the DMV for years. And before Goonew was ever rapping, Big Flock shouted him out on the track Brothers and raps, and niggas swear they beefing with me, but I'm always with my brothers. Always got that Glock.
Shit.
When they let Lil Goonew off the box, he grabbed the chopper and he started clicking at the ops. Big Flock was starting to really pop off, but then he caught a case and got hit with over 3 years in prison. Big Flock was running
he'd
up
be
big
out.
numbers in the rap game.
He'd
He
be
was
out.
still hustling in the streets. Back in
But you
2016,
lose your buzz
the
over
cops
time,
raided
you know?
his crib and found 3 guns, over $5K in cash, and a bunch of drugs. Big Flock pleaded guilty to drug and gun possession, and after he got locked up, Goonew decided to hop in the booth and start rapping. It didn't happen all at once though. Goonew was still hustling in the streets after Big Flock got locked up, but then he kept on catching cases. Goonew said the police were pressing him every time he went outside his crib. It got so bad that the cops banned Goonew from kicking in one of the hoods he came up in. Goonew went to another side, and then the cops banned him from there too. Goonew was getting tired of being locked up all the time,
I
so
didn't
he
even know
started
they could
rapping
do
because
you
he didn't
like
have anything
that.
else to do. He already had a name in the area, and a lot of people were telling him he should be a rapper. And Goonew proved all of them right, because he started popping off from the jump. Goonew's homie Lil Dude was rapping too, and when they linked up in the studio, they made the track Shots Fired and ran up crazy numbers. After that, Goonew started dropping projects like crazy, and in 2018, he dropped a tape with Lil Dude called Homicide Boys. Goonew's numbers were going up, but he also knew that being a rapper also meant he had a target on his back. Goonew allegedly put in a lot of work in the streets, and in an interview he said he didn't want to be a rapper at first because he was already famous in the trenches. Goonew said, "I done did a lot of shit to motherfuckers, so you gotta know when that shit is gonna come back when you a rapper. If you a rapper, you really can't hide." Goonew already had ops in the streets and knew that hopping in the booth could spark more drama, but he did it anyways and still hung around his old hood even after he started popping off. And in 2019, Goonew got hit up for the second time and almost didn't make it out alive. There's a lot of unconfirmed rumors about the shooting, but Goonew never said what really happened. In 2020, he posted a photo from when he was laid up in the hospital and said he died and came back, but nobody knows who pulled the trigger on him. Goonew recovered from the shots and got back in the booth, but then he had to take another break from music because he ended up in jail.
I ain't never
Goonew
gonna
never
show
wanted
y'all
to
what
talk
y'all
about the
did to
case,
me.
but he went to
I
jail
hate,
for
you know, it's crazy when niggas do that. Like, oh, last year I died, or I was, man, I'm not showing y'all. Man, they gonna screenshot that photo forever. Like, anybody, I did that. Yeah, look, I did that. You know what I'm
Months,
saying?
and out in late
Man,
2021.
nope.
Getting locked up isn't
I
always
was
a
I was
bad
at
thing,
home.
though. Goonew said he was having some drug problems before he got locked up. He couldn't get drugs in jail like he could on the streets, so he sobered up and started using his time in jail to work on himself. He started reading books on the inside and said that jail was a wake-up call, and that made him realize he needed to stay out of the way. Goonew had plans to take over the DMV and then the whole rap game, but before he got the chance, he was brutally killed just a few blocks from where he grew up. On March 18th, 2022, Goonew was in a parking lot on the 3400 block of Walters Lane in District Heights. Goonew was from the area and probably thought he was good, but then 2 dudes ran down on him and robbed him. Goonew handed over his watch and chain and wasn't fighting back, but that didn't stop the other dudes from upping the strap and shooting Goonew in the back. Goonew hit the ground while the shooters ran off, and by the time he got to the hospital, it was already too late to save him. Goonew's death was a major loss to the rap game in the DMV.
They wanted money in a hat.
Break down the rumors behind who took him out, you gotta
up.
know the crazy situation that went down right after he died. Goonew was popping off in the underground scene, but he didn't hit the mainstream yet. The craziest part of the story is that his funeral made more headlines than anything else. Instead of putting Goonew in a casket and having a normal funeral, his family decided to prop his dead body up on stage at a nightclub. They had people performing on stage right next to Goonew's body, while people in the crowd were dancing and singing along. It was one of the craziest funerals people had ever seen, and Goonew's family started getting a ton of hate for the situation. But according to his family, the funeral they threw was exactly what Goonew would have wanted. His mom and sister said that Goonew always liked to party, so they took him to the club one last time. Instead of
not that, but hear me out though. How many niggas already dead get to, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I want to be different too. Shit, you know what I'm saying? So I'm with
having a normal funeral in the church.
As long
After
as they ain't gonna
Goonew
spit on
died,
him and disrespect
all kinds
him.
of rumors started flying about who pulled the trigger on him, and a lot of people thought it had something to do with his beef with Q the Fool. Q the Fool is another rapper from Maryland who started rapping back in 2013 when he was with a crew called Pac Boys. Q the Fool ended up going solo a couple years later, and then he made his own rap crew called Rich Shooters. Goonew and Q the Fool were close back in the day, but then something went down behind the scenes that made them fall out. Goonew and his homie Lil Dude were calling themselves the Homicide Boys, and Q the Fool's homie, Big Don Bino, dissed him on the track Rap Niggas and rapped, "How you a homicide boy with no body? I tote the stick and it kick like karate. You little dudes don't really want war with nobody. You represent goons, these niggas is coons." Goonew did an interview with Say Cheese TV and said he wasn't rocking with Q the Fool.
Shit. I don't fuck with them niggas.
But Goonew never aired out what really happened. Then Goonew allegedly dissed Q the Fool on the track Positive Boom and rapped, "You got a big house, but you claim that you real. Put the Glock to his chest, make him feel it right there. And I'm stuck in the trap, and I needed no help. I'm having that water, got water like Phelps. And these niggas my sons, they make Goon get the belt." One of Q the Fool's OGs allegedly died from an overdose, and Goonew dissed him on the track and said, "Have you ever seen your uncle down off a stick, but you watch your OG die off that shit? How you feel, nigga? Make you feel like a bitch." Q the Fool, Goonew, and their homies were all sending shots on social media too. And then Q the Fool's crew took the beef to another level when they jumped Hood Rich Pablo Juan. Goonew and some of his homies were cool with Hood Rich Pablo Juan. Hood Rich Pablo Juan started kicking it in DMV back in the day and got tight with a lot of rappers. He wasn't involved with street politics though, and that's what got him into trouble. Hood Rich Pablo Juan was allegedly cool with Q the Fool and his Rich Shooters crew too, and that's why he was trying to step in and squash the beef between them and Goonew. Hood Rich Pablo Juan met up with Goonew and some dudes who were affiliated with the Rich Shooters, and the situation went left. Hood Rich Pablo Juan allegedly got knocked out by the Rich Shooters crew, and they snatched his chain too. Q the Fool was clowning Hood Rich Pablo Juan after it went down, but he told Say Cheese TV that he wasn't really involved with the situation because he wasn't even there.
I wasn't there, bruh. I wasn't there when that shit happened. I was in the hotel room sleep. I was high as shit from last night at the studio. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't there.
Goonew and Q the Fool definitely had issues, but there's no evidence that Q the Fool and his crew had anything to do with Goonew getting killed. Nobody was ever booked for pulling the trigger on Goonew, but a lot of people think it might have been his old homie Really Clickin'. Really Clickin' and Goonew were tight back in the day, but then Goonew's homie Money Reek allegedly stole Really Clickin's Glock. Some people think Really Clickin' is the one who shot Goonew in 2019 and almost killed him, and they think Really Clickin' spun on him again in 2022 and finished the job. After Goonew got hit up and survived, Really Clickin' dropped the track Let's Go and rapped, "The feds don't know who shot him, but he know." Then Goonew clapped back on the track Life or Death and rapped, "All them niggas bluffing, we the real homicide. You look at Goonew, see the pain in my eyes. These niggas crazy, think that shit is gonna slide. Yeah, I got shot, but it wasn't my time. That boy hiding, but that nigga gon' die. Goonew's homies allegedly slid for him after he got shot in 2019. And on the track, Hit a Witness, he raps, "Can't get him, bitch, we gon' kill his man. Marching band, yeah, my niggas gon' step. When Goonew got shot, man, the nigga got killed. And I took his little fifth, and he can't get it back. And I'm fucking his bitch. We gon' get him like that. We gon' get him at the door. We gon' walk his ass in. And I heard he got some kids. Might kill little sis." We don't know if really Clifford was actually involved in the situation though. He ended up dying from an overdose not long after Goonew got killed. Nobody knows who actually shot Goonew, but pretty much everyone thinks it was a backdoor situation and he got set up by somebody who knew him. Rumors say that Goonew was playing both sides of the beef between two different hoods.
Yeah, I don't know how he keep getting back, dog. You know what I'm saying? It's like he doing something wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because that's like the third folk. Man, what you, like, bro, you just into the
That's
wrong
why he got
shit.
killed. Goonew probably thought he was safe in his own hood, but all that changes if you got people in your crew who want to take you out. It definitely wasn't just a normal robbery situation, because Goonew handed over all his jewelry, and the dude still wanted to kill him in broad daylight.
You know.
Goonew wanted to make it out of the trenches.
He was trying to catch a hat.
Unfortunately, he became another rapper from the DMV who got killed before they could hit the mainstream. Young Scooter died on his
Long live Goonew, though. I ain't gonna cap. But it's like, some people be like that. He remind me of EBK, No Love, or what's his name? EBK something. But he was talking about he ain't want to gangbang and shit like that no more. But it's like, I don't know. He remind me of him. It's like, some niggas just be just easy targets. It's no different. Like, he go hang around with niggas and it's like, he know them niggas don't fuck with the other niggas, but he still go click up with them anyways. It's like, niggas just asking to die anyway. It's like, quit trying to make like peace treaties amongst people who don't want to be cool. You know what I'm saying? Too much blood to be shed and shit. You trying to step in the way and act like you some type, you know, saint or something. Like, bro, watch out, bro. They put one in him, you know? It's like, yeah, type shit like that, just stay out the way. Because all you can really do is die. Because people already died for that shit. It's like, ain't nobody letting that go. But shit, y'all leave y'all comments down below if y'all enjoyed the video. You feel me? Y'all leave a like, subscribe. Till next time.